Per viewer request, today I'm showing you how to make this velvety smooth chocolate mousse that will transport you straight to chocolate heaven. First thing you have to do before you even start your recipe is put out 5 eggs to get to room temperature on your countertop. It's important that your eggs are not cold, otherwise it won't work. I'm also setting aside 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter that we'll be using in this. It's been 2 hours since my eggs have been sitting out, so to speed up the process, I'm going to separate my egg whites and yolks. Using clean hands, crack the egg, then place it on your hand, allowing the whites to fall right through your fingers. Keeping the egg whites from the yolk is crucial. Be gentle and patient to prevent the yolk from breaking and mixing with the whites. If it does, you'll have to start over. All 5 eggs are done. We're going to let these sit for an additional hour to continue to come to room temperature. Once everything is at room temperature, you'll need a pot filled with water about 1 inch and a heat-safe bowl that will fit on top of your pot. It's important that the bottom of your bowl doesn't touch the water or it will scorch your chocolate, and you don't want that. You'll need a second pot of water with bowl for your eggs later. For now, let's turn on our first pot of water on medium so it comes to a simmer while we talk chocolate. You're going to need some semi-sweet chocolate. I always recommend using a good quality chocolate, at least 70% cacao. However, you can still use other semi-sweet chocolate if that's all you have. For example, today at the store, I only found 64%, which is this Guittard, and this one will work just as well. Now, this box comes with 2-ounce bars, so we're going to be using 2.5 of these bars. This will make it 5 ounces. Reserve the leftover half for shavings later. Now we want to chop this into smaller pieces, which will help it melt a lot faster. Add your 5 ounces of chocolate to your heat-safe bowl. Once your water is simmering, you can place your bowl on top. You also want to add your 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter to your bowl. This is the traditional way of melting chocolate, but if you find it difficult, you can also melt your chocolate in your microwave by heating it for 1 minute, pulling it out, stirring it, then putting it back in to heat up in 15-second increments until fully melted, stirring in between each time. While this melts, let's work on our yolk mixture. Just come back periodically to give it a mix. To your yolks, add 1/4 cup of sugar. You'll also need 1 teaspoon of orange zest, 2 tablespoons of the orange juice, or you can substitute the orange for 2 teaspoons of espresso or eliminate them altogether. Now add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Before we mix this, let's go check on our chocolate real quick. Let's give it a quick mix. This is not completely melted just yet, so we're going to continue to let it melt. But in the meantime, go turn on your second pot of water. Now we're ready to mix our yolks for a few minutes. This will take a little bit of muscle and even crazy dance.
Let's down!
This process incorporates air into the mixture. It will turn a slightly different color and then thicken up a little. After a few minutes, we can set aside. My chocolate is looking good. I did have my heat set at low. We can go ahead and remove it from the heat now. Now place your yolk mixture on the second pot and mix continuously to temper the eggs for about 5 minutes. This will also ensure your eggs are safe to eat. Once done, remove from heat and continue whisking for 1 minute off heat just to cool it down a little bit. Then add your mixture to your chocolate and fold. Don't mix, I just got distracted here. Now remove bowl from pot to cool off. Next step, to a separate mixing bowl, add 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. For better texture, I don't add sugar to this. It's best to add it to the egg whites. Now you want to mix until medium stiff peaks form. The whipped cream will hold its shape well, but the tip will slightly droop. Just be careful not to overmix. I went ahead and swapped bowls. I'm going to start mixing my egg whites at a low speed while we go mix our whipped cream and the other mixture. Once your chocolate is slightly warm to touch but not hot, we can start adding 1.5 cups of whipped cream a little at a time. Using folding motions, fold all the way from the bottom of the bowl and over. Don't add all the whipped cream at once. Introduce it gradually since the whipped cream is colder than the warm chocolate. Continue folding in the whipped cream a few spoonfuls at a time until it's all incorporated smoothly into the chocolate. This is done. Let's set aside and check on our egg whites. Again, we were mixing at low speed. Now we're ready to add 1/4 cup of sugar. We're going to continue mixing, increasing the speed so we end up with a nice meringue. Again, medium stiff peaks. Like this. Our meringue is done. Normally, I would add my whites in my bowl with the mixture, but it's not big enough, so instead, I'm adding my chocolate mixture to the larger bowl. This is fine since it's our whites. Now we want to fold again, and yes, it's very important to fold. Folding the chocolate mixture with the egg whites is what gives chocolate mousse its light and airy texture. Once done, it should be nice, airy, and smooth like this. All right, now it's time to put them in some cups. These I got from Amazon. I'll post the link in the description below. We're going to fill these up. When filling them, make sure you leave a little bit of room on top for our toppings. This makes 6 10-ounce cups. I'm going to put them on a sheet pan for easy transporting to the fridge. We're going to add some toppings, but before we do that, we've got to let them set in the refrigerator. You want to let them set for at least 5 hours, but preferably overnight. Make sure you cover them with saran wrap. I got to come back and cover them. It's the next day. I let my chocolate mousse sit overnight. Now let's finish them up. We're going to quickly make some homemade whipped cream. Add 1.5 cups of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons or more of powdered sugar to help stabilize it, and of course give it some sweetness, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then mix, and you'll wind up with this. I'm going to put this in a piping bag. I also left some strawberries with sugar overnight. We're just going to mash them real quick. I've got my chocolate mousse out. Let's take a look. Looks like someone couldn't wait. I'm using this tip here. I got it from Michael's. It came in a set. You want to start from the outside and bring it in. Let's do another one. Okay, much better. To my first one, let's go ahead and shave some chocolate on top. Remember I told you to save that last half?
Oh, yes.
That's it. Since I made these with orange, I'm just going to add a little slice of orange on top. For the second one, let's just add a strawberry in the center. For this one, I'm going to add a layer of strawberries. Valentine's is near, and this is perfect for it. Now let's go in with a little bit of whipped cream in the center. I added whipped cream all around to this one. Now let's top it off with some chocolate shavings. This time let's add a strawberry on the side. We'll do another layer of strawberries to this one. Now if you wanted to, you could layer in between your mousse with either whipped cream or strawberries or whatever fruit you like. I'm going to do a layer of whipped cream all around, half a strawberry, and a slice of orange. Before we go in for the taste, let me show you what they look like. Creamy chocolate mousse, so easy to make, you'll be whipping it up again and again. All right, so who's ready for some of this? Look at this.
Yummy.
We got to dig in, guys. I got to show you what it looks like in the inside. Ooh, look at that. Can you guys see that? Look at this. Oh, yum. That is what I call light and fluffy. All right, guys, now I got to taste it. Big old bite. Oh my gosh, that is so good. The orange flavor that's in this chocolate itself makes it such a delight. Oh my gosh, you guys got to try this. Now, of course, if you don't like orange, remember, eliminate it. But I got to tell you, this is so good. Make this for your loved one. They will love it.
Yes!
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a like. Please share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for your support. If you haven't already subscribed, please be sure to do so below or hit my little picture on the side. Also, don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified of all of my new videos, and please be sure to check out these links on the side. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching and your support.